What is going on, FA Nation? John Impemba here, bringing you your Thursday MLB DFS Game Day Playbook Preview Show. We're looking at the 6-game early main slate over on DraftKings. We got a short slate in the evening, 6-game early main slate here for some day baseball on a Thursday, the last Thursday without NFL going on here. So baseball season winding down, NFL season picking up. We got some early football early baseball rather likely heading our way over the next couple of weeks here as we finish out the regular season with football beginning. Taking a look at the starting pitching, a couple guys up over $10,000. Michael King, Nathan Eovaldi. Eovaldi obviously in a good spot here against Chicago White Sox. Got Sonny Gray going up against the Padres in the opposite side of that matchup against King at $9,700. Again, when it comes to the top three starting pitching here, obviously Michael King has had some really strong outings. Last start against the Mets, a bit unlucky there. 1 earned, but 4 unearned runs, 5 total unearned runs there. Did have 7 strikeouts, and strikeouts are really what we're hanging our hat on here. 19 fantasy points in a losing effort against the Mets. Now going into St. Louis, obviously a little bit of a tougher matchup here. It is a pitcher's ballpark, but St. Louis's offense has been turning some things around of late. 10-3 for King when you can spend 10-1 for Nathan Eovaldi. Another guy that should get you 5, 6, 7 strikeouts. Certainly is going to have a ton of win equity behind him in this matchup. And we're not too concerned with the pitch count either. 106, 103 pitchers just means there's a chance if he's rolling in this one, we might get a complete game. So you're looking to spend up. You go King, you go Eovaldi. I lean Eovaldi just because of the matchup here against the White Sox. I am not touching Sonny Gray. I understand the strikeout numbers have been fantastic for him this year, but he's been giving up a lot of runs. He's been giving up a lot of home runs. The Padres offense has been really good of late, especially against right-handed pitching. They also do not strike out. So for me, Sonny Gray, just too expensive given his current form. You work your way down the list. We have David Peterson and Ryan Nelson going up against one another in the Mets and Diamondbacks matchup. If Kiter Montero going up against the Angels, we got Balazzo going up against the Rockies here. Miami finishing their series in Coors. We have Savale going up against the Giants, and we have Nastrini going up against the Rangers to finish out that 7K mid-tier. Really like both starters in this Mets-Arizona game here. I know Arizona has some good numbers against left-handed pitching, but obviously no Ketel Marte, no Christian Walker. Obviously impact what that lineup can do against left-handed pitching. And Peterson's been really good. Look at that. 7 1/3 innings against San Diego. Again, they don't strike out, only 2 strikeouts in that matchup. 7 innings, 2 earned against Baltimore, 8 Ks in that one. Good start against Oakland, obviously. In Colorado, pitched really well. Overall, so 2.85 ERA, 8-1 on the season here. So, well, yes, again, Arizona overall this year, good numbers against lefties. David Peterson's had back-to-back tough starts and came out of them pretty clean here, 23 and 18 fantasy points in those 2 outings. On the other side of that matchup, however, taking a look at Ryan Nelson, they opted to leave him in the rotation over Jordan Montgomery. They put Jordan Montgomery in the bullpen, and for obviously good reasons here. You want to go just like a look at his last 10 starts here, 2.76 ERA, 62 strikeouts in 62 innings. The strikeouts really what I think are the notable factor here. Now, he has given up homers in 3 straight games. This is something that Ryan Nelson did not do a lot of. He was not a guy that gave up a lot of home runs, but it seems like he's more pitching for the strikeouts. When you're pitching for strikeouts, pitching over the plate, you are liable to give up some home runs here. But overall, hard to really hate this spot for him. Again, I know the Mets offense generally just good all around. Another team that doesn't really strike out a ton, but Ryan Nelson is a guy that likes to keep the ball on the ground. The strikeout numbers are certainly there for him. Home road splits, he's certainly been better away from his home ballpark this season. But again, looking at some of these recent spots against Boston, shut them down. Tampa Bay was an easy matchup for him, but Philadelphia shut them down. Shut out Washington during that stretch. Kansas City had an okay outing there on the road against the Cubs. Padres, again, pitched really well. So right now, the run Ryan Nelson's on at $7,700, pretty strong. So I like either starter here. We played Kiter Montero against the White Sox in his last outing. He was fine. 5 innings, 2 earned, 4 strikeouts, got a no decision. If you got the win, he was around 14 fantasy points, but he was 6,400 then. He's $7,500 now. That is where I'm a little concerned. Yes, two of the last four starts, he gave you 22 and 27. Yes, this is the Angels. Obviously, an elite matchup for him. Tigers' offense is starting to click. They're healthy and they're young. They have Torkelson back up. They got Riley Green back off the IL. They called up Jace Jung, Parker Meadows, Kerry Carpenter. That whole lineup really starting to get things going here. So he's probably going to be popular at $7,500. But just note he's $1,000 more expensive than we've been paying for him lately. He does not strike out a ton of guys. I know he had 8 strikeouts against Seattle, but a lot of guys have high ceiling strikeout games against Seattle this year. But Kiter probably sits in the 4 to 5 strikeout range as a ceiling in this spot. So you really need him to come through with the win and limit the damage. Hasn't pitched over 90 pitches since that outing against Minnesota. That too may be a bit of a concern. 5 innings in each of those 3 games there, while rolling well against New York as well. Got a win in that one, but only 5 innings, 87 pitches. So doesn't seem like he's got too long of a leash. He doesn't really strike out a lot of guys, so he basically has to pitch some shutout baseball, or the fantasy points just will not be there for him. Other than that, I am not really in love with the rest of this tier. I mean, you have Balazzo in Coors, had that great start against Philadelphia, but I'm not really looking to pitch a Miami pitcher in Coors. Savali hasn't really been all that great. We're giving up some runs, did pitch well against Cleveland, but I'm not really looking to chase after him there against the Giants tonight here. You have Nastrini, Blaylock, Birdsong against Milwaukee. Kyle Harrison was pitching really well until he wasn't on the Wednesday slate. So for me, probably nothing lower than Montero for my lineup builds, and that's excluding Sonny Gray. At the catcher spot, again, we're looking for some value. Generally on the slate, I think the Rangers obviously stand out as an option for us here. With Jonah Heim or Carson Kelly, whomever ends up being in their starting lineup. We played Drew Romo on the Wednesday slate. We'll see if he's back in the lineup. Matt Dice is someone we've played a lot of. I don't mind going against Kiter Montero here at $3,000. So this will all depend on who is in and who is out of the lineup when it comes to our catcher spot. And of course, if you want to spend up on like a William Contreras, you certainly can go ahead and do that. With it being just 6 games, you look at first base, not a ton of the usual suspects here. Do like the Coors plays with Berger and Toglia. Obviously, there again with Alonso Martinez, Ryan Nelson just doesn't give up a lot of home runs or fly balls, so likely going to be out there. You're not going to go up against King with Burleson. Value-wise, I like Peterson, so I don't find myself going there. Probably Torque. Don't mind Torkelson here. He homered on Wednesday, 3,900, hitting 308 with a 960 OPS over the last 10 for him, not even including the Wednesday slate. So Torque at 39 definitely makes, I think, some sense for lineup builds. Nathaniel Lowe is 36. I don't hate that. Levante Wade let off. If you're just chasing against Savali, you can go there at 34. It's probably it. Nico Cavadas, the other one here, lefty bat in there against Kiter. I mean, we've kind of called it out. He is a home run or a strikeout for the most part. And that's basically all he has done. His one hit this year, home run. So if you want to chase the home run, you can. $2,400. He has a lot of power. So we can't really deny that upside for him. Second base, if you want to spend up, certainly the options are there for you. This has been a position we've gone for some value. Norby again at $4,100. Cole Keith at $3,800. Both feel like pretty strong plays for us here. The Giants put Estrada on waivers, but he's able to play for them unless he gets picked up. So I assume he'll be in that lineup, but I wonder what it's like to play knowing the team just released you. So kind of a weird spot. Again, shorter slate, so not a ton of options here. I think Norby or Keith would be my go-tos at second base. Third base is Berger. We've talked about that one already. McMahon had a homer on Tuesday. We'll see what he's like, or Monday rather. We'll see what happens on that Wednesday slate. $5,200. Machado versus Gray. Again, Sonny Gray's been giving up a lot of home runs. Manny Machado certainly can hit some right-handed pitching here. So I don't mind that at $5,100 if you want to go Padres against Gray. You can. Suarez has obviously been hot, but I do like Peterson. You can play Norby at third. Both Josh Smith and Josh Young, $3,900 and $3,800 for the Rangers against the Nastrini are fine if you want to go there. See any value. Jace Young, $2,600. Again, he's been hitting in the middle of that lineup for Detroit. One of their top prospects. back-to-back 2-hit games on 26th and the 25th. So don't mind that lefty spot, $2,600 for Jace Young as well. Shortstop has been a spot we've liked to pay up for this season. Tovar, Lindor, Seager. I'm probably less likely to go Lindor again because Ryan Nelson not really giving up a bunch of home runs there, but obviously Seager, an elite spot at 56. They finally bumped his price tag up a little bit. And then we got Willie Adames at home versus a righty. That's been the split all season long. He's hot right now. Homering the other night off of 2 nights ago, rather. Back-to-back games at homers. Definitely like Willie Adames at $4,600 at home here against Hayden Birdsong. Perdomo will lead off against a lefty, $3,400 if you don't like Peterson. It's probably it. We've done some Trey Sweeney. If he's in the lineup and you really want to punt this spot, you can, but I don't think shortstop is where I'm looking to punt my lineups. Then we go to the outfield. Doyle, 6K. Corbin Carroll homered twice on Wednesday. Now, again, this is a lefty-lefty matchup, so take that for what it's worth. Riley Green, obviously, 51. Good spot for him. Blackman, if you wanted to go there. I do like all Detroit guys, though. Carpenter, Jackson Merrill, for sure, against Sonny Gray. Again, the Gray, a lot of home runs given up lately. You can go there. Jake Cave, $4,500. Profar. Jesus Sanchez in course against a righty. Got him sitting on Wednesday because there's a lefty matchup. Get him against a righty here at $4,400. Jackson Chorio is going to hit the top of the lineup for Milwaukee. Power speed combo for him. Lourdes hits lefty as well, but again, I do like Peterson at $4,200. Let's see. Hill homered on Wednesday, but I don't know if he'll be in there against a righty. Got Wyatt Langford. He homered on Wednesday as well at $4K. Verling's pretty strong. Parker Meadows did not play on Wednesday, so I assume he plays and will lead off. $3,700 here. I like that. Got Stowers at $37. Where's Conine? Conine 33 up to 3K now, but I get that lefty-righty matchup can go there if you want. So I'm liking Detroit. Let's see what we do for some pitching here. Definitely lugging in. If we do double spend, let's see what we can do for a double spend here. Evaldi and King. I think there's enough value that we can make this work. So we did Jace Jung at third. Second base, we had where did we go at second? Colt Keith, 38. Oh, yeah, we're fine. Parker Meadows, 37. Conine was 3K. Shortstop, Willie Adames, first base, 4,400. Let's go. What do we got here for cores? Just Miami and Colorado. I did say I like Detroit. Let's go full Detroit. $4,900. This gives us, full on Detroit stack? Question mark. Detroit, 4 Detroits in this lineup here. I don't mind it though. 5 Detroits. Is that too much? Is 5 Detroit too much? I really like Kerry Carpenter. He's been so good lately. There's more lineup correlation there with that as well. So, he's the cheapest pitcher on the slate. He is coming off an okay couple of starts. Doesn't strike anybody out. Look at these ground ball rates, though. It's a pretty impressive ground ball rate. 17, 10, and 18 ground balls the last 3. Has give up a couple of homers. Does give up hits. He's getting lucky with some double plays. That's got to be the deal here. Pitching deeper into games. Maybe too much of an investment being made into Detroit here. If we go off of Carpenter, go Jackson Merrill. It's a pretty strong play for that. So one-off Merrill. I don't hate that. All right, we'll rock with that. We'll do a one-off Merrill. We won't go 5 Detroit. There's so many ground balls there in that spot. It has me at least a little bit worried. But Evaldi and King, we're double spending. Romo, Torkelson, Keith, Young, Adames, Meadows, Conine, and Merrill as an example lineup. We'll have the playbook out. Jason will have that out for you guys early on Thursday, so be on the lookout for that. Give us a follow, give us a like, a subscribe. It's a free way to support the work we do here over on Fantasy Alarm. Till then, no live show because of the short slate on Thursday evening. We'll be back Friday. I'll see you then.